Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your body just didn't want to move? Maybe your knees feel stiff, your back groans a little louder than usual, or you feel just a bit off balance when stepping out of bed. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. As we get older, our bodies start giving us little signals, sometimes whispers, sometimes shouts, that they need more attention and care, especially in the morning. Mornings can be magical, you know. The quiet, the sunlight peeking through the curtains, maybe even the smell of fresh coffee brewing. But they can also be risky for folks over 70 if we're not careful. One wrong step, a sudden stretch, or standing up too quickly can lead to something serious like a fall, or worse, nagging joint pain that seems to hang around longer than it used to. But here's the good news, you have more control over this than you think. And no, I'm not talking about doing complicated yoga poses or training like an athlete. I'm talking about 4 simple, gentle stretches you can do right in your bedroom before you even leave the house to help prevent falls, ease joint stiffness, and give your body a much smoother, pain-free start to the day. Think of these stretches as a little hello to your body, a way to say, hey, I'm awake and I'm ready to move, but let's do it together, gently. Because let's be honest, we don't bounce out of bed like we used to. And that's okay. What matters now is learning how to move smarter, not harder. Let's begin with something you can do even before your feet touch the floor. You're lying in bed, eyes just starting to open, and instead of rushing to get up, you pause for a moment. You take a deep breath. Then, gently, you bring one knee up toward your chest, slowly hugging it in with both hands. Hold it there, just for a few seconds, maybe 10 or 15. Feel that stretch in your lower back and hips? That's the area that often tightens up while we sleep. Then slowly release, and do the same with the other leg. This simple movement helps to loosen your lower spine, wake up your hip joints, and bring awareness to your balance before you stand up. You might be surprised how much more stable you feel just by doing this. And if you're someone who deals with lower back pain, this little stretch can really help soften those stiff morning muscles. After that, when you're sitting at the edge of your bed, here's another move that takes barely a minute. Sit up tall, place your hands on your knees, and start rolling your shoulders in slow circles, 5 times forward, 5 times back. These circles do more than just loosen your shoulders, they help reset your posture. Over time, our shoulders tend to slump forward, especially if we sit a lot or aren't as active. That leads to neck tension, back pain, and even affects balance because your body isn't stacked the way it's meant to be. When your shoulders are aligned, your center of gravity is more balanced, and that's crucial for avoiding falls. Plus, this little shoulder wake-up just feels good. You might even feel a light warmth spread through your upper back. That's your circulation improving, right there in real time. Now that your shoulders and lower back are a little more awake, let's talk about the legs. Our legs carry us everywhere. And over time, the muscles in the thighs, calves, and ankles can get tight or weak, especially if we haven't been moving as much. That's why stretching your calves and hamstrings in the morning is so powerful. It sets the tone for every step you take that day. Still sitting at the edge of your bed, stretch one leg straight out in front of you, heel on the floor, toes pointed up. Gently lean forward from your hips, not your back, and feel that long stretch behind your knee and down your calf. Don't push or bounce, just breathe and let gravity do the work. Do it again on the other side. It's simple, it's safe, and it tells your legs, hey, we've got places to go today, so let's loosen up before we get moving. You might be surprised at how much easier walking feels after doing just that. Your steps feel lighter, your knees don't creak quite so loudly, and you feel a little more confident getting around, whether it's to the kitchen, out to the garden, or on your morning walk. And confidence is everything, especially when it comes to preventing falls. Because most falls don't happen from running or jumping, they happen from hesitating, from stiffness, or from not feeling fully grounded. These stretches, as gentle as they are, help your body feel more connected and secure. And when your body feels secure, your mind relaxes. You're not second-guessing each step. You're simply living. That's the power of starting your day with intention. Just a few minutes of slow, mindful movement can change how you feel all day long. It's not about being perfect or pushing through pain. It's about working with your body, not against it. Giving it what it needs, right when it needs it most, first thing in the morning. And here's the beautiful part. None of this requires a gym, a trainer, or fancy equipment. All it takes is a bit of space, a quiet moment, and the willingness to care for yourself. Because you deserve to feel strong, stable, and pain-free. Every day. At any age. Now that you've gently stretched your back, shoulders, and legs while still seated or lying down, let's bring it all together with a movement that wakes up your whole body and, most importantly, improves balance. Because as we age, balance isn't something we can take for granted. It's like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it stays. And it only takes a small, simple stretch to help train it every morning. Once you're ready to stand, take your time. There's no need to rush. Stand next to your bed or a sturdy chair so you have something to hold on to if needed. Place one hand on the surface for support and gently rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels about an inch or two off the ground. Pause there, just for a breath or two, and slowly lower back down. That's it. This stretch isn't just about waking up your calf muscles. It's a powerful way to engage your ankles, improve circulation in your legs, and remind your body how to stay steady. You might even feel your core muscles tightening slightly as you hold that balance. That's your body working with you to stay upright and strong. Do this a few times, nice and slow. No need to go fast or push past your comfort zone. Every time you lift those heels, you're teaching your body how to stay balanced, and that's one of the best ways to prevent falls as you move through your day. Think of it as a quiet check-in with your body. Hey, we're awake, we're steady, and we're ready. And remember, this isn't about being perfect or athletic. It's about consistency. The more often you move your body like this in the morning, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you'll notice that getting up from a chair, walking on uneven ground, or stepping into the shower feels less risky and more confident. That's the real gift of these stretches. Another gentle way to work your balance and loosen up stiff joints, especially in the hips, is something you can do while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. Stand tall, place your hand on the counter or wall for support, and slowly lift one knee up like you're marching in place. Hold it for a second, then lower it back down. Then switch to the other leg. You're not trying to get your knees high or move fast. Just smooth, steady motion. You'll feel your hip joints open up, your thighs engage, and again, your core come into play. These movements might seem small, but they send a big message to your brain. I'm stable, I'm strong, I'm balanced. That confidence carries into everything else you do, stepping outside, walking down steps, even reaching into a cupboard. And here's something many people don't realize. Most stiffness in our joints isn't just about aging, it's about being still too long. When we don't move regularly, our muscles tighten, our joints get rusty, and suddenly everyday movements feel harder. But when you take 5 or 10 minutes in the morning to gently stretch and engage your body, you're setting yourself up for a day that feels easier, more mobile, and less painful. Think of it like oiling a machine before starting it up. A well-oiled machine moves smoothly, quietly, and with less strain. And your body is no different. Even if you didn't sleep well, even if the weather is cold or rainy, giving your body these simple stretches is like handing it a warm cup of comfort. It makes everything feel just a little better. And if you're someone who struggles with joint pain, maybe in the knees, hips, or lower back, starting your day with movement is one of the most powerful things you can do. You don't have to push through pain, but you do have to move. Because motion brings circulation, and circulation brings healing. Even gentle stretching increases the blood flow to your joints, helping to reduce inflammation and ease that morning stiffness. Now, here's where many people go wrong. They think, I'll stretch later. But later gets busy. Later brings distractions. And by then, your body may already feel tight, sluggish, or in pain. That's why these morning moments are so precious. They're quiet, they're yours, and they set the tone for everything that follows. You don't have to do a long routine. Just a few minutes of intention can work wonders. Maybe you do your knee hugs while still lying in bed. Then roll your shoulders as you sit up. Maybe you stand up and do a few heel raises while waiting for your tea to steep. These stretches can fit into your real life, your real mornings, without requiring you to change everything. And the best part? They're cumulative. Each day you stretch, you build a little more strength, a little more flexibility, a little more confidence. You don't always feel it right away, but over a week or two, you'll notice you're walking with more ease, bending down with less hesitation, and waking up with less stiffness. That's what this is really about, not just avoiding pain, but creating freedom in your body. Freedom to enjoy your mornings without groaning or wobbling. Freedom to walk with confidence, play with your grandkids, tend your garden, or do whatever brings you joy. These stretches are just the beginning. They're a gateway to feeling like yourself again, or maybe even better. You don't need to be flexible. You don't need to be fit. You just need to begin. Start with the smallest movements. Be kind to your body. Trust the process. You've come this far, and every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. By now, your body's had a chance to loosen up, your balance has been gently tested, and your joints are feeling just a bit more open and ready to move. That's already a huge win, and the final stretch we're going to talk about brings everything together. It's the kind of movement that might seem simple at first, but when done mindfully, it connects your posture, balance, and flexibility all in one. Stand up straight next to a wall or sturdy chair, something you can gently touch for support if needed. Now, slowly reach both arms overhead, as if you're trying to stretch tall and touch the ceiling. Keep your feet firmly planted, shoulders relaxed, and breathe deeply as you reach. Then, gently lower your arms out to the sides, like you're drawing a wide circle in the air. It's okay if your range of motion isn't what it used to be. What matters is that you're lengthening your spine, opening your chest, and allowing your shoulders to move through a healthy range. This helps correct the forward hunch so many of us develop over the years, whether from reading, sitting too long, or simply the pull of gravity. Do this a few times, nice and easy. Let your breath guide your movement. Inhale as you reach up, exhale as you bring your arms down. Each time you lift, imagine your body gently lengthening, and each time you lower, feel the tension melt from your shoulders. You're not just stretching muscles, you're creating space inside your body. Space for movement. Space for ease. Space for confidence. When we open up the chest and stretch the spine like this, it does something powerful for our posture. And posture, especially after 70, is everything. It influences how we walk, how we stand, even how we breathe. When we're upright, we feel more in control. Our lungs can expand more fully. Our digestive system works better. And most importantly, our center of gravity stays where it should, reducing the risk of falls. That's the beautiful thing about stretching. It's not just about flexibility, it's about function. These movements support the way you live your life. Getting out of a chair. Turning to look behind you. Reaching into a cabinet. Going for a short walk. All these everyday moments feel easier, lighter, and more stable when your joints are open and your muscles are engaged. And here's the truth, you don't need a fancy routine or a gym membership. You don't even need to carve out a big chunk of time. Just 5 to 10 minutes every morning, right after waking up, is enough to send a message to your body, I'm ready. I'm steady. I've got this. Even better? These stretches don't just help prevent falls. They help you move through life with more freedom. When your knees don't ache as much, when your hips feel looser, when your back isn't stiff, it changes how you show up in the world. You're more likely to stay active, more likely to say yes to a walk around the block, a trip to the store, or even just getting outside to enjoy the day. And movement begets movement. The more you stretch, the more you move. The more you move, the more energy you have. The more energy you have, the more you want to keep going. It's a wonderful, uplifting cycle. One that starts with something as simple as stretching your arms overhead when you wake up. So let's take a moment and honor what you've just done. You've shown up for your body. You've chosen to move, to stretch, and to care for yourself in a way that supports your independence and your well-being. That's not small. That's powerful. Aging doesn't mean slowing down or giving up. It means getting smarter about how we care for ourselves. These stretches aren't about turning back the clock. They're about making the time you have right now feel better, easier, and more joyful. They're about waking up and feeling ready for the day, not worn down by it. And if you're thinking, I've never really stretched before, or I'm not sure I'm doing it right, just know this: there is no perfect way. There's only your way. If it feels good, if it helps you breathe deeper, if it brings a little more ease to your joints, that's the right way for you. And if you need to sit for some stretches, that's perfectly fine. If your range of motion is limited, that's okay too. This isn't about comparing yourself to anyone else. It's about listening to your body and moving in a way that supports it. Every stretch, every breath, every small effort counts. Before we close, I want to remind you of something important. Small changes lead to big results. Doing these 4 simple morning stretches every day can help you stay steady on your feet, ease nagging joint pain, and give you a greater sense of control over your health. And that's not just good for your body, it's good for your mind, your spirit, and your confidence. You are not too old. It is not too late. And your body is not beyond hope. These small acts of care add up over time. And every time you stretch, you are investing in your future, one where you feel strong, capable, and free to move through life with grace. If this video helped you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Maybe share which stretch felt best for you, or if you've got your own favorite movement in the morning, let others know. We're all in this together, and your story might inspire someone else. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and click the like button. It really helps more people find this kind of content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you'd like more tips on how to feel your best after 60, 70, or beyond. Here's to moving better, feeling better, and living better every single day. You've got this. Stay strong, stay steady, and keep stretching. Your body will thank you for it.